All right, guys. First song of the day will be "What Child Is This?" It's going to be acoustic only for who's on acoustic? Ryan will play that. Ben, you're going to lead out verse 1. As we get into that chorus, the first chorus, Ben will be on melody. I'll be on the part above. I'll call tenor, and Bethany will be on the alto part above that. As we get into verse 2, I'll lead out verse 2. Halfway through the verse, there's like a cool female harmony that comes in, and Julie, I'll have you come in there and do that harmony. Then as we get into that chorus, we'll add all the other vocals. So Ben and Scott are on melody. This. Good try, right? So Ben and Scott on melody, myself and Kristen on tenor, and Bethany and Julie on alto. And as we get into the last verse or last chorus or whatever that is, that's just a cappella, we'll have that same vocal format. All right, friends, second song, O Come, Emmanuel. And on this, I'm hoping that McKenna Usko is going to start this song off before we actually start playing it by playing the chorus out on her flute. But once we get into it, Ben has that intro, Kristen on bells, and CJ is going to play trombone on those intros. Verse 1, vocals will just be myself, sing along just outside your mics. Then we go back into the intro. Verse 2, all vocals in unison. And when we get to that first chorus, rejoice, that part, that'll be in parts, that first chorus. Ben, Ryan, and I are out. It's kind of more like, it's just like pads, and it'll be like pads, bass, and drums. Back to the intro. Verse 3 is going to be parts. That's where like it's kind of like a tom. Tim, you're kind of like on toms that whole time. So we get into chorus 2. Tim, you're still on like toms. Vocals were on parts. Ben is like that really cool electric lead part over top of that chorus. Then it builds into a chorus again. Vocals still on parts. Then we go to the big instrumental. Ben, you have the lead part. And then we do the instrumental again. And I was going to try to do that harmony guitar part. And we can try to work that out. Because they kind of, I don't know, they don't follow the same. I was hoping to follow more the lead line of the first instrumental. They switched it up the second one. And then when we get to that last chorus, which is real down, I think they use like some sort of squeeze box thing, but we'll do pads, acoustic, and all vocals on parts. Brian Feathers is going to be sharing a short little sermonette that'll lead us into communion. As communion begins, we're going to go into this, into Love Came Down. If you didn't catch that, it's going to be a really down section. We're not doing the big upbeat version. So it'll just be myself on electric guitar. I'll be playing more pad type stuff, and Kristen on keys playing like maybe a piano strings or piano pad thing. So we're gonna do the first chorus, just Julie sing. Love came down and rescued me. Love came down and set me free. I am yours. I am forever yours. But mountain high and valley low. Do the whole chorus by yourself. And then we'll add the vocals, the second chorus, parts. We'll do the chorus again in parts. Then we're gonna go down into the bridge. I am yours, all my days, Jesus, I am yours. That's one time Julie singing the bridge out. Then we'll add vocals and parts doing the bridge. I am yours, all my days, Jesus, I am yours. And then Julie finish, love came down and rescued me. And then we'll end right there with Julie ending that chorus. All right, guys, out of Love Came Down, we'll go right into Prince of Heaven. For this intro, there's kind of like this Rhodes thing happening, so let's just let the tracks run, this real sparkly, stringy thing in the background, and I'll play like that Rhodesy sound on my guitar, actually. And verse 1 will just be that, like it's just electric guitar and tracks and Kristen. We go right into verse 2, and we're gonna add Scott and Bethany. Scott, I think you'll sing that part below the that low part, and Bethany that middle part. As we get into the chorus, we'll go full parts. Band, make sure you check out. Don't add too much there in that first chorus. Then we go to that little interlude, ba da 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 da, or however that's done. Piano and Ben guitar. If you'll play like the low part on that, it's just the same, just the melody down low on the guitar. That would be sweet. And then we'll go into verse 3. The band really kicks in there. And verse 3 will be Kristen and Scott. Kristen on melody, Scott singing that low harmony. Chorus, all parts, everybody into that interlude again. And then it comes way down to this bridge. In the bridge, I just want the tracks kind of, it's still just doing like this background sparkle thing with Kristen playing just like, really it's just block chords. And Kristen on that bridge the first time, just Kristen. Then we go into bridge 2, the band starts building all parts right in from the bridge the second time. And we do the first ending there, second ending, and that second ending kind of leads us into the interlude sound, that little interlude melody, which will bring us back down into verse 4, and that will be pretty, that'll be a pretty low, like keep that part low, verse 4, and we'll build it into the last chorus, which is all parts, into that last interlude to the end, and then we'll end on 1. All right, guys, Silent Night, super cool tune, but very involved. So I'm gonna go through it best I can. Intro, first, I think it's 4 measures, keys, second 4 measures, adds this just bells, and I'm gonna play, I think it's almost like cello, but I will play that little cello part. Verse 1 is pretty much just Bethany and keys. And let's see, I'm trying to get maybe a flute player to play some of these other little piano parts, those little things. Then we have a little half instrumental with bells and guitar bend. That's kind of where you're playing that little like kind of D-shape arpeggio thing. Verse 2 is all vocals in on parts, and then at Christ. Christ the Savior is it, that's when those bells and guitar have this little counter melody, the that little part, which will lead us to a full instrumental, which in the second part of the instrumental, the bells, and my hope is that flute will do the bum, 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 that part. Into verse 3, it comes way down to like just keys again, and Bethany will lead that verse out. Julie come in on Son of God, love's pure light, that part. And then at Radiant, the band will begin to build. And on Jesus, Lord, at thy birth, all vocals will be in, and right on Jesus is when that counter melody comes again. That part happens there. And then we end with the instrumental again. All right, friends, peace has come. We did this a couple times last year, super great tune. So for our intros, really heavy on the acoustic. Bells and piano are going to carry that melody. That verse 1, it's really acoustic, kind of driving it with piano kind of chording out a little bit. And I'll lead verse 1, drums come in about halfway through. On the chorus parts, we have a slight interlude in between the chorus and verse 2, acoustic bells, piano, hold that down. Verse 2, I'll sing the first half. The second half is parts, chorus, parts. Then we have this instrumental, kind of bells, piano lead still. That leads us into another chorus. Oh, hear the angel voices, that part. And then we have that kind of bridge. Oh, come, let us adore him, which we do twice. First time unison, second time parts. And band, we build that up on the second time. And then build it into the climax of the song, really, which is the last chorus. And then we tag, peace has come for our King is with us. And then you'll hear the ooh. It's kind of doing oohs. Vocals are doing oohs with the "Oh Come Let Us Adore Him" melody, with the piano kind of carrying out that melody as well. That is Peace Has Come. All right, last tune, Emmanuel, Martin Smith, super great tune. We haven't done it in 2 or 3 years. So we have that instrumental, really piano driven as the intro. Verse 1 keeps that piano driven thing. Ben has just like, it just like holds on like a C maybe. Yeah, there's like this kind of ethereal, just like lead guitar just kind of holding a C down. I'll sing verse 1, drums and bass come in halfway through. Going into the pre-chorus, Ben, there's this little bitty part going into the pre-chorus. I was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 D E A C, and then we believe that our God will create us, and then 2 till the very end, right on till. It's like believe that our God will keep us. D, E, A, C, B, 2, 3, 4, chorus. This part here, going from the pre-chorus to the chorus, is piano and guitar, lead guitar, taking us into that chorus. So the chorus, unison vocals. Then we have a little interlude, little guitar, piano pieces. Verse 2 is going to be unison. Verse 2 into pre-chorus, we have the same thing, D, E, A, C, and then coming out of the pre-chorus back into the chorus, we have that, believe that God will keep us, D, E, A, C, B, 2, 3, 4, chorus. You are here, Emmanuel. We'll go into parts there. Chorus 2 is parts, then we have the instrumental guitar lead, that little part, which is pretty cool for you, Ben. Verse 3 is way down. It carries that guitar part, that kind of spacey C thing. Halfway through the second half of verse 3, singers, you come in on unison. Then we stay on unison on that tag. God is with us. God is with us. God is with us. That, and then we build chorus 1. You are here. Then we have a small instrumental, which is the same instrumental as that guitar lead one. And then we finish up with that chorus 2 on parts. Emmanuel.